My name is Robert Toops. I was in the Navy. I listened early part of 44 because my brother had already gone in the Navy. My sister was about ready to go in the Navy, so I figured, well, I'm only 17, I might as well go in the Navy too. When I first enlisted, they sent me to Farragut, Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for boot camp. And then after boot camp, they sent me to Seattle, Washington, where we organized a crew for the ship that I was going to be stationed on. That ship was the USS Lander. And we outfitted that ship day and night, put all the ammunition aboard because it was a brand new ship. We worked day and night, never stopped till we got it all ready for sea. It was an attack transport. We carried 2,000 Marines or infantry, and we had 26 landing boats. And those landing boats took the infantry or Marines, whichever we had, into island to invade islands. There was a crew of 500 aboard the ship. The ship, when we got it all outfitted, before it was outfitted, they sent me 1 week in Astoria, Oregon for gunnery school, learning how to fire the 20 millimeters and all. So we did that day and night. And then there we went back to Seattle on board the ship, and we were on our way for overseas. We went to Hawaii, and from Hawaii we did a lot of training. In the middle of the night, they would wake us up. We would have to go to our quarters, and we'd have to launch 26 landing boats in the water without any lights at all, pure darkness. That was kind of treacherous. So we did a lot of training. And then we were, about that time, we were getting ready for the Iwo Jima. So my ship participated in the Iwo Jima. But we were in that campaign. They were fighting still, Iwo Jima. They were bombing it, strafing it, destroyers. We were next to us, we were shelling the beach and everything. But they'd already conquered Suribachi, and they had the Japanese down the southern part, trapped down there. The Japanese prisoners that we brought back from, they were shot up real good, you know. And so we lowered the gangplank down. We had a Warren boatswain of the ship. He'd been in the Navy over 20-some years, and he was still in the, and he was a rough one. And one of the Japanese prisoners was trying to get up to the gangway, you know, and he couldn't. And so one of our sailors went down to help him, and but the Warren boatswain saw that. He yelled to that seaman, if he can't make it on his own, he doesn't come aboard this ship. That's it. Get away from him. So the Jap finally struggled up, and we kind of did a little quick overhaul on the ship. And then we went back again over, and we got pretty close to the Philippines. The war ended, and my ship was continued on to the Philippines because if it hadn't ended, we were being involved in an invasion of Japan. So my ship went to Lagayan Gulf, and we got an infantry brigade and took them up to Osaka, Japan, and occupied Osaka, Japan. We were the first Americans in that area. And then they sent us back to Davao, Mindanao, Philippines, to get another bunch of infantry. Then we loaded about 2,000 of them aboard, took them back up to Matsuyama, Japan, occupied that. And MacArthur says we could go to Liberty. They gave us $5 worth of Japanese money. I went ashore in a little town of Goncho. Nobody came out of their homes. It was like a ghost town because they thought we were going to kill them. But then they saw that they weren't, so they came out, opened up their little shops and things. But we went up then to the Sea of Japan. It was heavily mined. So we had everybody on the top side looking for mines, and we'd spot a mine and they'd destroy it. But we made it in both trips without any problems. The ones we took to occupy Japan, they were kind of upset because they figured the war was over, they should go home right away. And here they were going, occupy another country, who knows when. But eventually said they had a point system, how to get out. You had to have so many points to get out, and you got points by your age, if you were married, if you had any battle stars and stuff. But those infantry, because I talked to a few of those, and they wanted to go home, not go to another occupation. But the ones that we brought back from evacuated out of Iwo Jima, they were pretty happy to be on board ship because they'd gone through terrible. Iwo Jima was terrible. We used to watch, we'd stand on the topside deck and watch the destroyers shell Iwo Jima, and watch the Air Corps strafe them, they'd come down and strafe them, and watching that. But then my ship coming back from Japan, on the last trip we were coming back to go to, we hit a typhoon, and my skipper had to change course because that ship was just going this way and this way and this way. We were taking water down into the galley. It was coming over the bow, going down into the crew's quarters. We had life rafts aboard that are fastened by turnbuckles. The waves hit that and just snapped those turnbuckles like they were string. We lost all our life rafts, but they would just hang on. It was a rough I've been in. To walk on the topside deck, you have to judge it just so. You get so you can tell. You have a feeling when that ship's going to roll. And as soon as it rolls one way, you run and grab a hold of something and wait for it to roll again. You wait, because and then that's how you get from one place to another place on the topside deck. The crew came from every place you can imagine in the United States, all over. But my ship had a dentist. It had a surgeon, very well-known surgeon, and another doctor. I think we had about 2 or 3 doctors, and for casualties, people that got hurt. But the surgeon that's all he did was surgery, nothing else. He was an outstanding surgeon, I understand, on the outside. One of the sailors would go whistling aboard, walking down the gangway there on the ship, whistling. And they warned boats and heard that whistle. Oh, he came unglued. He called, "Seaman, get over here." And the kid went over there, and that warned boatswain looked at him and he says, "I'm going to tell you something now, and don't you ever forget it. There's only 2 people in this Navy that whistle. One's a boatswain's mate, and the other's a damn fool." And because everything is done by the whistle, the boatswain. When it's time to eat, when it's time to go to bed, when it's time to sweep down the deck, everything's done by the whistle. He opens up the loudspeaker and blows that whistle, and by the different tunes and everything, you know what it is.